So a nice little quick review of the Fitbit Surge. I had actually purchased the Fitbit in order to fix it. I bought a broken unit. The only issue was the wristband, which technically is not supposed to be used. They're serviceable. Fitbit itself doesn't seem to provide replacement bands, but they can be found quite easily online. And I think for a Fitbit, this is actually quite easy to fix. There's just four little screws there. They can be removed and replaced. I just bought myself a nice lime green band that looks similar to a band that a hospital patient might be wearing. Yeah, it worked out. One thing I do have to say is with these cheap bands, and they are quite cheap, it's like €2 or €3, and it comes with the screwdriver and whole kit to fix it. The rubber is not as soft. It's a bit of a stiffer rubber. It just isn't as comfortable. It doesn't grip to your skin like the other ones. You tend to have to wear it a bit tighter like this. And I do expect, because of the type of material it's using, it probably would last longer, but it definitely is not as comfortable. I've got this silly little rubber casing over the watch, and that's because I know that with gadgets, they don't tend to last too long if I don't protect them, and as you see, the glass is already cracked. And again, that's a additional glass screen protector because I don't want the actual surface to get cracked or scratched. It is Gorilla Glass, so it is a strong surface, but not something that I want to devalue. So as for the watch itself, it's got a nice monochrome screen. For a lot of people, that's going to dissuade you. I actually think it's one of the selling points of this watch because it's an always-on display. You can look at it and instantly see the time. There's no delay. There's no waiting for a screen to turn on. It's just there. It has a very low power display. I found that it actually lasts about a week between charges, which is pretty impressive. If you do use the onboard GPS, which yes, it does have an onboard GPS, which I do feel like kind of in this day and age, just about anybody who would be buying this device has a phone with a GPS, so it's kind of redundant there. That said, it is there for you to use, but it will draw a lot more power. When I've used the GPS, I find that I need to charge every 2 days or even every day. It has a touchscreen interface. Just slide left and right for your basic information, and you click on the left. From there you can go to your exercises, timer, alarm, settings. You have run, which has its own icon. It's going to turn on the GPS, monitor your heart rate, and get you some data. I primarily use in the exercise option. You have a lot more exercise options, and I do use the bike option. You start it, the GPS takes a little bit of a while, and once it's ready to go, you just hit start, and at the end of it, you'll get a little summary of top speed, average speed, all things like that. The Surge actually is rated to be waterproof. I don't believe Fitbit actually advertises it that way, nor do I believe that they actually cover it under warranty. Technically, you should be able to run out in the rain with this, jump in the shower, or even, might I say, swim. They make no claims as to this. This is just in the technical specifications, and I don't even believe that they guarantee it if it does get water damage. That said, it's something to note. And then, of course, you have your timer, your stopwatch. The watch will vibrate when the timer ends. As for the alarms, you need to use the app or the web browser, which I think is unfortunate because having a watch, you don't always want to open up your phone and figure that out. And then you get through the settings, shut down. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't really listen to music while I'm biking, or one thing I did notice, and I'm not going to show you the app now because I don't have it configured, there's no back button. You will be able to go to the next song in your playlist, but you can't go back. Personally, I just don't like watches. I don't like having a watch on my arm. And that's nothing against the Fitbit itself. It's just I've never enjoyed watches. And I'm probably not going to keep this for that very reason. That said, it's a nice little toy. It handles notifications. Unfortunately, at least on the Windows phone, it will only handle incoming voice calls and actual text messages, which in Finland is kind of useless because I don't know anybody who actually uses voice calls or standard text messages anymore. Especially when unlimited data here is like €4, €5 a month at a minimum. Most people here are going to be using Facebook calls, chat, WhatsApp, Viber, Skype, whatever, you name it. Having notifications on, I've never received a single notification because I never receive a standard voice call or a standard text message. So that feature, to me, is completely useless, and I think for many it will be the same. A lot of cool data. It uses a pair of the green LEDs we've been seeing around. I can't tell you if the sensor is any better or worse than any other device. I would think at this point, standard as they're becoming, there likely is not much of a difference. And the charging port is nice to have, a separate charging. It's you just plug it in, charges, and I just leave it to charge while I'm in the shower, and that's probably enough every 5 days or so, at least in my experience. Anyway, that's my quick, sloppy, a bit lazy review of the Fitbit Surge. Nothing really bad to say about it. It's I think it's quite good actually. And honestly, if I was in the market for a Fitbit, which I never have been and I probably never will be, this would be the Fitbit to get, simply because of the long battery life, always on display, and 24/7 tracking. It even tracks you in your sleep, which is fairly accurate. I find that, personally, I do many split sleeps, so I might sleep 4 or 5 hours at night and then take another 2 or 3 hour nap during the day. Usually it will catch the nap. On occasion, it won't register the nap. So there's that. Anyway, that's my sloppy review. Quick, rough review of the Fitbit Surge. If you enjoyed the video, of course, do hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. As always, good day, good night, good morning, bye-bye. Yeah.